Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. Brothers and sisters, it's been another week and we're always missing you. We want to always chat with you and share ideas with you every week. Now it's just like a reunion. Each time we have to meet, we feel really good about it. We have so much news to share with you that is happening all over Africa today. We're going to begin the show of today by sharing with a family that has lost a very famous athlete in Cameroon. His name is Jacob Makia, but most people know him as Super Makia. We have so many of his pictures showing his victories in the world of sports. When we look at Jacob Makia, who is popularly known as Super Makia, we feel he's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger if he had come to a country like the United States. He died on August 1st, 2019, and his family is going to be celebrating his death. But as we say last time with the case of DJ Arafat, an artist never dies. He brought a lot of joy to many Cameroonians and other African fans all over the world, and we really appreciate what he did to really bring joy into people's lives. So people knew him. He could really pull a car just with his bare hands. So he did incredible feats. And as he dies, we just want to remember the joy he brought into our lives. And we tell his family that we miss him. As much as they miss him, we miss him too. And we want him to rest in peace. May the Lord accept his soul. May he repose in perfect peace, peace profound. Okay? So that's it with Super Makia. Interestingly, I was surprised when I noticed that Super Makia was also my friend on Facebook. So when I checked on my Facebook page, I saw a lot of his pictures. Then interestingly, one of our friends, this friend was really a classmate of mine at the University of Yaoundé, Mary Ngu Ekukole. I think she's in Europe, so she shared a lot of these pictures with us, and she's going to be getting more information about Super Makia for us. We will share this with you, especially we love people who bring joy into other people's lives, okay? Some people bring pain into your life, but when somebody brings joy into your life, we like to celebrate such a person, which is why today we think we can begin the show of today by celebrating Super Makia. Super Makia went to the same secondary school I attended, which is St. Joseph's College, Sase, in Biya, in the Southwest Province, or what we call the region today. Okay? And he also attended the University of Biya. So he was a well-educated guy, and he used his talent to really make people enjoy. Okay? You can see a lot of the bodybuilding that he did. This guy could really do amazing things with his body. So we really say the Lord should accept him, and we say thank you. Okay. We want to go straight to Nigeria because we have so many good stories about Nigeria that are breaking. And in fact, one of the main stories we have on Nigeria is a story that concerns Senator Ike Ekweremadu, who is of Igbo origin. Okay? He's a senator in Nigeria, so he went to Germany to attend a yam festival, and he was attacked. We have the full video to show you what really happened to this individual. This guy is an Igbo person. Why was he attacked in an Igbo gathering? It was because the people felt he was not really behaving like one of them. So many Igbos are being killed, but they feel like this guy as a senator is not really speaking out for the Igbos. So they feel he doesn't really represent them. So he's really representing himself. So when he went to this festival, he thought he would be welcome in grand style, but most of the guys started attacking him. They were beating him. I felt sorry for the guy. I don't really like somebody to be attacked violently in this way in public. Because I think even if we do not agree with somebody, we should not really attack them physically because it hurts. Okay? Just imagine if this were your father, how would you feel? But as I say, when you get into the kitchen, you have to stand the heat. So when you get into politics, especially African politics, and you get greedy and you're not doing what the people want, that's your payment. Okay, it's sad that this happened to him. In fact, We want to roll a video so that you can watch this video for a few moments. We'll just give you like a minute to watch the video.
So this is what Biafrans are doing. They are treating us bad, so they have to go. We don't want them here. We don't want such people in this Igbo, anything but concerning Igbo here. They have to go. They have to go. We are Biafrans. If you're Biafran, you have to go. Look at it, a foolish man, stupid man. Stupid man. Look at him. Look at him, stupid man. Look at him, he's a useless man. He's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. He must come out. He must come out. Go. He must go. We don't need you here. We don't need you. He must go. Their friends are telling him to go. He must go. He must live here. He must live here.
As you saw in this video, the guy started running when they started attacking him from outside. Initially, when we saw the video, we were really wondering what was happening. Then our videographer sent us more information. Then we started looking at the video. Then we read some of the stories. Then we saw that as he was running from attackers outside, they continued assaulting him. He kept running. Then he was trying to run back into the building where the event was taking place. Unfortunately for him, a sea of people just swept him out and continued attacking him. Finally, he was rescued when a car came and pulled him and he drove off. So this is just a lesson for African politicians. You cannot just run away from Africa, you leave problems there and come to relax in the Western world. These people have built their country. Look at Germany. If you understand European history, Germany has gone through a lot. Okay? But what have they done? They've tried to rebuild their country. They tried to reunite their country. Now the two Germanys are all one and they are working in tandem to build their country. By contrast, most of our politicians only worry about their pockets, okay? They don't really aspire to bigger ideals to make sure that their people are living well. So that's a bitter lesson politicians have to learn. Today it is Ike Ekweremadu. Tomorrow it may be Buhari, okay? Yeah, because when we look at what some of these politicians are doing, the people are not happy at all. You look at, we've been reporting about Zaki. He went to India for treatment, but the guy did not even receive the treatment. We just read stories from Sahara TV showing that the government was trying to impose killer doctors who should finish him off with his wife. When Zaki discovered this plot, he decided that he did not want Buhari's doctors to treat him. So he wanted his own doctors who came from Mumbai to treat him. But the Nigerian government refused. They did not want him to have that independence of treatment. They wanted to force him to only work with the doctors they had chosen, who were more like murderers. So you see, in medicine, you are supposed to care for people. You're supposed to care for patients. But today, you see some doctors, like now in India, are instead working for the Buhari regime. So this is just a warning. Next time, if you have to go abroad for treatment, you don't know what you're going to expect. Which is why we tell our presidents, do your best to build good hospitals in Africa. If we have good hospitals at home, then there will be no need to travel abroad for treatment. All the time, our people are traveling abroad for treatment. Are we fools? Can we not learn that it's not a good idea? But the idea of trying to kill this individual is not a good thing. Because when you do this, his family and his friends would strike back. Even as we're talking to you today, Nigerian soldiers were ambushed around Borneo, close to Cameroon, okay? Cameroon border with Nigeria. About 4 soldiers were killed, okay? So you cannot be telling us, oh, things are going to get better, things are going to get secure, and we keep getting numbers of people dying every day. So when we see this, we're telling you that, Mr. Buhari, you're not really doing your job. It looks like you're tired. And the other day, we saw you congratulating IBB, Babangida, that he turned 78. That should be a reminder that maybe Nigerians should send you back home so you can go and rest, because it looks like you're not really fulfilling any function for Nigerians. So you are just like a dead president.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
Similarly, we have the guy who is running Gabon. A few days ago, we saw a ceremony where the guy was walking with a stick. Then we asked ourselves, is this guy fit to rule a country like Gabon? A guy who cannot really maintain his faculties, how can he rule a country? So tell us, how can such a guy rule a country when he is very sick, when he's ill? Why should he not concentrate on healing himself and letting other people to run the affairs of state? Well, because he looks at it like a dynasty. His father was president, so he too has to be president. So he has to be there, whether he's dying or he cannot do the job. It doesn't matter. He has to stay there and squander the resources. Even if he doesn't help the people, he just has to stay there, which is the sad story of African power as we see it. Okay? Next, we're going to move to Sudan. We have been reporting about Sudan a whole lot on this show since the ouster of al-Bashir with a scandal of corruption and money laundering. We've been informing you on what has been happening. In fact, the students and the general populace have been steadfast in challenging the authority of the military. The military has been killing them, especially under General Hamdi. They've chosen to die. Okay? They have chosen to die and face the guns. Finally, the military this week reached an agreement with the civilians. They're going to form a transition government that will lead Sudan to democracy. Well, there will be 10 positions for civilians. There will be 10 positions for military officers. Then there will be one prime minister who has just been elected. Okay? So the government is going to be run by the prime minister. But when we look at it, it looks like the military will still maintain a lot of power in this arrangement. So we think this arrangement does not really augur well. But let's see. It's not good to be pessimists. We know that the people are still going to try to hold this military junta accountable. So they will not just do what they want to do. The military should go back to the barracks, but this particular military is so used to money and corruption that they don't want to move back to the barracks. So the people have to really force this military to move back to the barracks, and we think that's what is going to bring some peace to Sudan. Okay? Next, we're going to move to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe used to be a basket case of prosperity, where they had a lot of food. Since Mugabe took power from that country, the country has been going downhill because of some of the negative policies that he implemented in the country. Robert Mugabe was a very educated guy, but he created a system based on hatred. The white folks came to the country who do not really agree with their presence, but we think they became part of that country and they started contributing a lot to development. What the government should have done was to work with everybody, then make the transition to black rule smoother, then try to create economic justice slowly. But by introducing a communist kind of approach to the economy, it killed the entire economy of Zimbabwe, and the people have been suffering. Most of the farms that were seized by ZANU-PF members and militants have not been well managed. As a result, productivity has just been sinking. Even after Robert Mugabe was ousted from power by his own cronies, Mr. Emerson Mnangagwa and Chiwenga, he has not been able to handle the economy well. As a result, many people from Zimbabwe are protesting every day. Consequently, the government decided that they did not want these people to protest. So they took away their democratic right to protest freely. And as a backlash, you can even see pictures we're going to show you now. You see police and soldiers beating people who came out to protest by telling them the protest is illegal. Why is it that in a democracy where Mnangagwa claims he was elected democratically, why is he refusing the people from protesting? It's because he's trying to hide his own failures. Even when I look at a meeting he held with Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa, he kept talking about successes, but he doesn't want to use the word failure. He used the word challenge. A challenge, basically, in this regard, is really a failure. He's not been able to handle a lot of stuff well. So I don't even know what he has really done well. When he came, people had a lot of hope that probably something would change now that Robert Mugabe is gone. Probably Robert Mugabe was the problem. I think that even with the exit of Robert Mugabe, things have not really changed. The same wicked regime that was in place is still ruling Zimbabwe as we speak, okay? So it was just like the change of a face. But when you look at it, the people were just naive. Who was Mugabe's enforcer? It was Emerson Mnangagwa. In fact, they used to call him the crocodile. You know how the crocodile behaves. It strikes. When it strikes, it tears its victim into pieces, okay? It waits, it goes underwater, hides, then comes up, strikes hard. That's a crocodile. And that's what the people of Zimbabwe have as president. They have a crocodile who cannot really use his power to really help the people. It looks like the economy is beyond this guy. He doesn't really know what to do to steer the ship of state the right direction. And I think that's really the challenge Zimbabwe is facing now. The opposition, MDC, has really been doing much to draw attention to this regime's weaknesses. And I think Mnangagwa doesn't like that. Even his wife, Auxilia, was even saying that the business people who are corrupt are really the problem. So her husband is not the problem. No, he is the one who should be ruling the economy, okay? When the economy fails, he has failed. Emerson Mnangagwa is the one who should really be heading the economy and running it well. But the guy doesn't know what he's doing, and we wish he can allow the opposition to help him, because it looks like he's tired. He belongs to the same old generation like Robert Mugabe. He should go and rest and allow the young people to take over the country and run it, okay? Because the guy who was his opponent was really a young person, and he doesn't want these young people to run. Even his posters were torn apart. We looked at the posters that were put of Emerson Mnangagwa all over the city of Harare and Bulawayo. They were torn apart. So this is just a sign that the people are tired of Emerson Mnangagwa, okay?
Hey, yo, Shay, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shake. When I say his services are the best in the states where it's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
So now we're going to move to Ghana. Ghana is a very impressive country. Ghana is very impressive as a result of the work of one man. Ghana was one of the first states in Africa to become independent. Kwame Nkrumah took this country to independence. Unfortunately, he was tilting the country towards communism and socialism, and the people started complaining. Nkrumah tried to do a lot of stuff. As a visionary, he was excellent, but economically, he was very weak. He had a lot of projects that did not work out. I know people talk about the Akosombo Dam and other electrification projects. Then they talk about the African unity concept. Yes, we like everything about Nkrumah's politics so long as it deals with the vision of Africa as a united country. Unfortunately, the economy was based on socialism and communism, which we don't think can really sustain a country. When you look at all over the world, all the countries that used to tell you were socialists or communists, they are moving towards the capitalist model. Look at China. China is emerging today because they have moved to the economic model of capitalism, okay? And we always define capitalism based on what Professor Max Weber defines it to be, which is a system of private enterprise that believes in the utilization of the forces of production to create an unlimited amount of profit. So Nkrumah was not able to do this, so the CIA connived with Ghanaians who were discontented to overthrow Nkrumah, while Kwame Nkrumah was on a visit to Hanoi. Since then, Ghana has had many presidents, many changes in power, but most of these guys were very, very corrupt, or they were very, very corrupt. Finally, a guy came in at the right time who became a messiah, and his name is Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. We're bringing his name today because we're going to tell you another story, because this guy came in and rescued Ghana. Since then, Ghana has been on the right path. We just wish many African countries can have their own J.J. Rawlings to steer the ship of state to the right path. Since Nkrumah, Ghana has not had any other eventful and important leader such as J.J. Rawlings. So when we look at the history of Ghana, there are just two important figures, J.J. Rawlings and Kwame Nkrumah. Why are we praising J.J. Rawlings? Before we tell you what is happening with the show of today, we want you to look back. When he came into power, he was held. He was supposed to be killed. So during a military tribunal case where he was supposed to be judged and sentenced to death, when he came out and spoke, unfortunately, the politicians were really disappointed because the people were on their side. Everybody agreed. Rawlings said, I don't know law. I'm not an expert in economics, but I'm an expert in going to bed hungry without food. And the Ghanaian people were hungry because there was rampant corruption in Ghana everywhere. So the Akufo government and all the other politicians who had messed up the Ghanaian economy were sentenced to death. So J.J. Rawlings' friends went and released him from jail. Then they took over the country and they set Ghana on the path on which Ghana is today. When you look at what is happening, a few weeks ago, somebody drew our attention to a video of J.J. Rawlings, even as a civilian. He's still helping his country. He was driving his car and came to a point where there was traffic. He stepped out of his car and tried to help the people who were stuck in traffic so that the traffic can be eased. But that's not what we want to talk about today. Today we want to talk about the rule of law. You cannot have a democracy without the rule of law. And Mr. J.J. Rawlings has shown us that he believes in the rule of law. A few days ago, a Cameroonian was in Ghana, at the University of Ghana, meeting with some Cameroonian students. He went there to lobby for the cause of Ambazonia. And his name is Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga had been a prisoner in one of those dungeons in Cameroon. He was held by La République because of his, what the government perceived to be subversive activities. Finally, after they had tormented him so much, Mr. Akwanga was able to escape from prison. Then eventually he found himself in the United States. And since then, he has been challenging the legitimacy of the Biya regime, and he has been fighting this regime. Okay? So he went to Ghana a few weeks ago to talk about the Ambazonia cause. And the Biya regime connived with the security services in Ghana so that this guy should be arrested and deported to Cameroon, just like what happened to Sisiku Ayoktabe. Immediately, J.J. Rawlings got wind of these machinations. He was able to let the people know that, listen, don't create a negative precedent. We have to obey the rule of law. Interview the guy, you find out that he has not done anything wrong. He's here on a visit, so let him go. So, unfortunately for the Biya regime, Dr. Akwanga was set free by the Ghanaian security services so that he can go on his way. So when we look at this incident, Ghana was able to obey the rule of law, but Nigeria is yet to obey the rule of law. The court of Abuja was even asking the Buhari government to get these people who were deported to Cameroon to return to Nigeria. So far, Mr. Buhari has not been able to keep that requirement. He's been asked to do that, he's not been able to do it. So it's really a shame. So you really see the difference between Ghana and Nigeria. Whereas Rawlings was able to make the Ghanaian government to obey the rule of law, nobody can tell Buhari what to do so that he can obey the rule of law. Instead, he collected a lot of money in the form of bribes from Biya's associates like Belinga Ebutu. In fact, we hear that Buhari did not get all the money they promised to give him. Belinga Ebutu gave him only part of the money and hid the rest of the money. As a result, the Biya regime was really unhappy with Belinga Ebutu. So these are some of the things that happen in international politics. These guys run those countries just like gangsters, okay? You have a gang and the leader is the gang master. He does things the way he wants. If he's not happy with what you're doing, he kills you. So that's really sad. And so that's what we can tell you about the rule of law in Ghana. So since then, Ghana has had many democratic leaders, okay? Rawlings himself ran the country for 2 terms as a democratic leader. Then he made way for others also to become president. And since then, he's been living the life of a private citizen. So when the moment came, he stepped in and tried to force these people to do the right thing and obey the rule of law by releasing Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. In fact, the Biya regime would really be regretting because they were already making plans to take Dr. Akwanga back to the dungeon of Konenge prison, okay? So this has failed. So it's just the way most of the plans of this devilish leader are failing. They try to kidnap people abroad and take them home, but they have a lot of failures. And we are here now to start letting you know that we'll be dramatizing most of these failures so that the average person in Cameroon and the world should see for themselves. So now we're going to take you now to Cameroon.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where he's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
Okay? So this is where we're going to end our show today. We're going to talk about Cameroon a little bit. So talking about Cameroon, we have Cameroon news. We've looked at a lot of the newspapers. What are the newspapers saying? The newspapers are really saying a lot of stuff, but much of what they're really saying is they are concerned with the genocide that is taking place in the country as a result of excessive militarization. Soldiers loyal to Mr. Biya are killing people in the northwest and southwest province with joyful abandon. So this needs to end. But the Biya regime has come up with another trick, and using the machination of school resumption to draw people's attention away from the real problem. So they just want to distract the people. I have a video for you to see, and this video has to do with one of the Anglophones who is a slave of La République. They call him Minister Felix Mbayo, because most of these newspapers carry a lot of pictures of this individual. You see him making fun of himself. He organizes an event for school resumption. It's like a party. He gives money away to kids. The kids are dancing. But these are the same kids who will go to school and be killed. Why can we not really be sensitive? Why can we not have a heart? Politicians, you don't have a heart. As you are killing people, that's how you'll be killed. The sins of the father will be visited on the children. So Felix Mbayo, you are a minister today in a devilish government. You are parading, dancing, encouraging people to go to school. When you know these kids will go to school and be killed, we have a lot of images showing you even the Amba fighters don't want school to be resumed because they know that there will be no security. They cannot provide security for these children.
Now we, the Amba Defense Forces, they're in control. I dey beg my mommy and my papa, they say, we dey approach the month of September. And we plenty of our parents that they cry, say our people need to go to school. If you look at plenty of our brothers don't fall for the revolution. Landed people, master with the whole land for their hand, they fall because they will fight for their right. My parents of the Ambazonian, I beg you now. Me no man not send the begin for school. Because if you say I begin for school, we will continue to cry because the terrorists occupy La Republic. They work against our country. They shoot rampantly. We preserve our picking them to go get the best education so ever. For now, me animal keep it picking for house. Not say I picking for school. Tomorrow you start cry. You will blame yourself. Why? My mommy, my papa them. Inside this Amba land. Me wanna calm down our mind. We there for defend. And for the shortest time, we will come inside the bushes the way we will hide. Because no say not easy. I beg you now. I go emphasize again on school. I beg me no man no send the pikin for school because when anything happen for your pikin, you go have yourself to blame. No school resumption. My parents of the Ambazonian, make una no bother. We go get the best education where international body go recognize them. Shall live the struggle. Long live Ambazonian. I thank una very much.
The Biya government will turn around and kill these children and they will heap the blame on Amba fighters. And that's something the Amba fighters don't want because they know that school resumption is a ploy. The Biya regime is just manipulating the people to feel like they're interested in their welfare. But they are not. If you're interested in these people's welfare, why do you kill them every day? You're looking for Amba boys and you cannot find them. Then when you come to a place, you tell the soldiers to kill any living thing, any living organism. So when I saw those kids dancing, I just felt sad. I said, you see, these are all victims. They're just using them like sheep for slaughter. Eventually, they will go to school and Mr. Biya's regime will send those thugs, those Bulu thugs, to go and kill these young children. And nobody will talk about it. So we don't want to make this a long video, but we want to tell you that this is something wrong. And today also, we want to draw your attention to the fact that there's breaking news. Sisiku Ayoktabe and his team have been sentenced by Mr. Biya's Kangaroo court, finally. They've been given life imprisonment. So when I looked at that, I said, okay, a Kangaroo court has sentenced these people to life imprisonment. Why did he not just give them the death penalty? Well, I'm sure this guy was just calculating. He thought the death penalty may really arouse a lot of anger and violence among the Amba people. So if he just keeps the leader indefinitely, then he's in control. But we think this is just going to be a temporary solution because there's so much happening. It's just like the goalposts. Wherever Mr. Biya set the goalposts, the great goalposts have been moving. So every time he tries to tell the people, no, I cannot compromise with you on the form of the state, already he's compromising. So it's just a matter of time. His inaction is making the people get angrier every day. So when you read all these newspapers TV stations. If you watch what is happening in Cameroon, you can see that the guy has lost it. He's no longer in control. The people are saying a lot of stuff which before they could not say. So the soldiers are just wasting their time. Then for those who are really torturing the people, it has come to our attention that there's a list. There's a list of Mr. Biya's torturers. Most of them are in SED. The list of these people who are torturing people has come out, okay? Our people are getting this information and sharing it with everybody. And we want to share this with you too. You can see the list of those people who have been torturing people in Kondengi and SED, which is part of the Department of Defense. You see the list of all these people who are killing people. So now that you know who these people are, so it's to tell you, the people, that you are killing people today, be warned, because soon this regime, which is on its knees, will collapse finally, just like al-Bashir collapsed in Sudan, and you will have no place to hide. Already, you saw that Equatorial Guinea has been erecting plans of a war. Why? Because they know that when this government collapses, refugees will be running from Cameroon to Equatorial Guinea. They don't want Cameroon refugees. So they are thinking of looking for a way to erect a barrier so that refugees from Cameroon should not come into their country. They are happy with their lives. They don't want the mess from Cameroon. In fact, as much as Mr. Obiangema is a dictator, he had already talked to Mr. Biya to do something to resolve the Anglophone problem. But this guy is just recalcitrant. He's gone back to the ways he used to do things in the past. But the ways of the past cannot really solve the problem. Because when you look at it, even the lawyer, Michel Ndoki, also has been sentenced. So you see all these people have been sentenced, but this is a kangaroo court. Where is justice? There is no justice, okay? Everything is telegraphed from Mr. Biya's presidency, so the judges are not really free to think or to apply the law. So it's really sad the way we see things happening, and we're just telling you to be careful, because there's a lot more kidnapping going on. A few days ago, we also read stories about foreign ships that were hijacked by pirates because they need money. It's because the environment is insecure. So everything is insecure, and we're telling you, let's watch out. So we've come to the end of our show, and we're asking you to watch this show, share this show with your friends. We know most of you watch the show, but we're asking you to subscribe more. Don't be afraid to subscribe. Subscribe and share the show with your family. We thank you very much, and we're hoping to see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.